Hey everyone, today's video is a little bit of everything. So to begin with, we're going to be showing how I am going to get ready to redesign these nails. We're not doing too much. She's going to be having just something on the ring finger, a full glitter ring finger, and a polish on the rest. So I'm not taking away too much of the bulk on most of the fingers. I'm literally just taking down the apex because we'll be moving that. But the ring finger, I am making that as thin as I can get it. I never did a clear base layer with this one because she just wanted new colours. I knew that it was like a nice subtle pale colour that most designs would go over. So there isn't a clear layer for me to go back to. So I am literally just e-filing down to as thin as I can get this ring finger because this one is going to have a full glitter on. The rest of the nails, what I'll do is go in and you can see where the apex is on this nail. I'm just removing that. Removing a tiny bit of bulk down the nail, not a huge amount, but the majority of the work is in that back where that apex is, because when we come to infill in a minute, I'm going to be putting that apex a little further back. So yeah, we don't have to remove loads. I'm just removing the apex, taking the apex down. So quick dust off, and then I'm going to go in and push these cuticles back. Now I am using, all of my prep tools are from Katie Barnes. This I'm really useless of all of their names. This one I really love because you can see it just tends to fit most of my clients' fingernails. It's a lovely shape. It just covers the whole nail plate, and I can just push that back off of the natural nail. I only struggle when it comes to the thumbs, and I think I've left that in, and I use a different one, just a traditional kind of cuticle pusher, where I am just going to push back on the thumb because it's wide, big wide thumbs, so it doesn't quite fit. Can you hear my bloody whingy dog? I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know. But yeah, I love this one the most because it fits that finger. But also on the other side, it has like a little hook so I can get in to those side walls and cuticle areas. If there's anything a bit stubborn, I can get in and I can pick it out. But you'll see that again. I'm going to be showing that in a moment. Now, this is the only part of this video we're going to see the thumb, because I can't stand thumbs, can I? They're just lumps. They're just thumbs. I know they're really important and I'd be lost without a thumb, but not for my photographs. Now, the next process I take with my prep is my Katie Barnes curved cuticle scissors. I'm not going to lie, when I first got these, I was all fingers and thumbs. My client actually said to me, Kylie, do you think you're a little bit slow with those? And I was, and I didn't think I was going to get on with them. I usually use a more traditional, like, cuticle nipper. But now I absolutely love them. Literally, you can remove probably more than you should, but don't come and hunt me down. I love them. I really love them. I tend to not get any nicks or anything because they're really, really precise. You can see where you're going. There's nothing bulky in the way. I can see exactly where I'm putting them. And it is just a finger and a thumb to move them around. My clients absolutely adore them. And they come in 2 different sizes. I tend to use the little ones more, but you can see just the white part of that cuticle there. I can come in and they're really, really precise, and you can get right in there. The next process I'm going to be doing is just shaping up that free edge. So with my metal file, I'm going to come in and just straighten up that shape. There's nothing more satisfying, is it? You know, when a set comes in, and they were lovely when they left you, and they come in a little bit higgledy-piggledy, and you get to reignite it, make them all look beautiful again. So you'll see, with this ballerina shape, I'm going to be taking my file slightly underneath, so that my lower arches, you know, if her nail naturally falls downwards as a like curvature, I'm going to take my file underneath, raising that lower arch back up and in line with the sidewall of her natural nail. We don't want it, we want the structure nice and correct, and that is a straight lower arch that comes out from the natural nail. So I am just making sure that the free edge is nice and crisp. Metal file, you know I love it, there's no flex, so I recommend any, but you know I'm going to recommend mine the mostest. Next, I'm going to go in with my sanding band. And I'm just working around the cuticle, just on the area of natural nail that has grown. I use a Sayang, and I've got it on a speed 3 to 4. I use this one, so nice and low. You don't want to work it too fast. Now, never used to use sanding bands because I was a little bit scared of it. But through time and practice, doing it on myself, so if you are a bit nervous, even when you qualify, you know, it's still quite scary, it's quite daunting, and it's that, I don't want to burn people, I don't want to do this, I don't want to. So work on yourself, have a little play, see how it works. But I really like it now. So going around, if there's any lifting, I'll tend to angle my sanding band just so I can come behind the lifting and remove any. But luckily there wasn't any, or just tiny bits if there was. And that's really important, because that means that the natural nail isn't exposed again. It means that after 4 weeks' time she's come back to me and it's just that new growth that is getting filed. The nails that I did 4 weeks ago aren't getting touched. So no soaking off. Luckily she hasn't pulled them off. She's been really nice and they've stayed in place. I did go and I've just put my primer on, and we're going to go in, and I'm just putting a nude acrylic at that back part, going in with the tip of my brush, tucking that cuticle bead in, leaving the apex where I need it and pulling forward. Now I left a bit, didn't I? I didn't file that nail really thin at the free edge because it didn't need to be. I'm only going to be putting the product at the back of it and pulling forward and blending into it. I know that this set's going to have a red polish over it, so I'm not worried too much. I'm using a different, you can see that it's probably Peach Bell Shimmer that I previously used, but I'm using a different one because I know it'll be absolutely fine. And you've got to remember with this is a rebalance, an infill. And an infill is just that, isn't it? It's an infill of the product that we've currently used. A redesign would be completely different. The redesign is what I've done on that ring finger, where I have removed most of the product. I've left the base layer. The base layer was an ombre, but I have left just the minimum to then go and put more glitter and decoration, whatever I want to do. But the rest of the nails is a traditional infill. It's removing that apex, pushing it backwards to the point where it needed to be and pulling forward, and that is it. It didn't need anything else. Now the ring finger, this would be a traditional, like if we were doing a redesign, so that means a little teeny tiny bead of clear, and it's just going on the regrowth, so that tiny bit at the back that is regrowth, the clear goes on. That's going to just protect the natural nail plate for when I come in with all this glitter. Now this glitter is off the website. It is a super fine glitter and it's called white gold. It is a super fine for a reason, because all of the super fines on the website, I had them specifically cut finer than most glitters you will find out there, because I know what it's like. Lots of people are using gel polishes and stuff like that now. Lots of gel, lots of soft gel, and you need a super fine. You need to burnish it. You need it nice and thin, and that's what it is. But also, when I'm coming in and using a chunky glitter like this, I want a background colour, so I use something similar. Now, this chunky glitter that I'm using is brand spanking new. If you've seen on the website, there is the 12 days of Christmas. Last year I did the advent calendars, but this year it is the 12 days of Christmas, and this is a sneaky peek of one of those. Anyone who has pre-ordered, they're going out on the 1st of November. They will be sold in single bottles, but to do the collection of the 12, it works out a lot cheaper. So this is the first one. So when that has set, I obviously, if you haven't listened to other videos, I go and I pick up that glitter with a teeny tiny bead of clear and then work it in. And then I've got to cap it, and I'm capping it with Kylea as well. Now, don't overwork it. You don't want to create bubbles. You don't want to have it really too dry. So I'm literally just working it quite wet, just for it to come over and protect that glitter, and yeah, tucking it into place. And that is that. It was quite a nice, simple set. My client, she's not too fussy what she wants. She literally just says to me, whatever you want, Kai, whatever you want. And as much as that is quite nice, because I wanted to try one of the new glitters, who else finds that quite daunting? I quite find it quite daunting. Especially when they're like, oh, whatever you want, whatever you want. What if they don't actually like it? So yeah, that was the trouble that I have sometimes, but she didn't mind. So I have gone in and I've filed my shape using my metal file, and we're going in with a lovely red polish. I can't even say what this is called. Hopefully you saw it, but I will list everything in the description. Something like Hrabina, but with a H. Hrabina. It's from Indigo Nails. I'm going to list it. I haven't got a clue what it's called. But it's the reddest red that I found. What was I going to say? I ain't got a clue. Lost my train of thought. I went off on a Hrabina kind of tangent, and that was that. God, I've done a lot of waffling, haven't I? So sorry. Lots of chat through that. But I thought this is a video that I haven't done much of, like an infill. Doesn't always happen, does it? And I'm not seeing that many, like I said in my last post, not many acrylic clients at the moment. Lots of people are going over to Builder. Lots of people are going for soft gel extensions. So when this client came in, I was like, I've got to film it. I do film lots, but it's trying to find the time to, oh, there's a child, to record it. Hello, Archie. Hi. We've got a child who has two basically broken arms at the moment. It's been fun. So he busted his arm 5 weeks ago and had 2 metal rods put in it. They got taken out literally yesterday, but a day before that was going to happen, he decided to break the other one. So, yeah, it's like having a newborn again. Bless him. So, we've gone in and I did 2 coats of the Hrabina, and then we are top coating. You ready? Let's see this. This currently does not have a name. It's just part of the 12 days of glitter. When I do put them out onto the so you can buy singles, they will all have names, but for now it's just that. I absolutely adore these, and I hope you do too. Wait till you see the picture at the end. Yeah, hope you love it. Now, thanks for sticking with me. Like I said to you, my uploads will be here, there and everywhere at the moment, but yeah, here it is. Hope you love it. I will see you all again very soon.